This week we are catching up with news from Marvel, Star Wars, DC, and all kinds of places from all over the pop culture universe. Welcome to the Infinite Taylorverse. Warning.
Red alert.
Ay, 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 ay!
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger!
That's the emergency alert.
This episode is full of spoilers for some of the latest and greatest nerdy movies and shows.
Spoilers.
Listener discretion is advised. Hey guys, Billie here, and just a quick update. So, we have made it into the quarterfinals of this America's Favorite Couple competition, thanks in no little part to all of you listeners who have taken the time to go out there and vote. So we are quarterfinalists now, which means in less than a month this competition is over, and we might win this thing. This is crazy. It started off as, hey, this is kind of cool. I don't know who nominated us, but let's do it. And now we're in the quarterfinals. We're currently in third place. We have to be in first place at the end of this week to make it to the semifinals and then the finals. And man, this is just crazy. So with your help, please continue to vote daily, share daily if you can. The website, again, is americasfavecouple.org/2025/the-tailors-15. And one more time, that is americasfavecouple.org/2025/THE-TAYLORS-15. Please continue to vote. Please continue to share. This has been awesome. The help and votes we've gotten from all you guys has been amazing. So please keep doing that. And again, thank you so much. Now, back to your regularly scheduled program. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Infinite Taylorverse podcast. I'm Billie Taylor, and this week I'm going solo here. We had some last-minute schedule changes happen that we just couldn't get around. So, based on timing, I'm just going to do a quick rundown of some of the news that's been going on this past week. It's kind of a light week, but we're going to go through it nonetheless here. But first, as always, let's kind of start out with what we've been nerding out about this week. And for me, this week, I am nerding out about back to school. As most of you guys know, my day job is I am a high school advanced biology teacher at my local high school. I've been teaching for 15 years now. I love it so much. But back to school is always kind of fun. I get to put up some new posters and new fun nerdy stuff that shows off all the nerdy stuff that I love in my classroom, which is awesome because as much as I love this stuff, it's really cool when a kid walks in the room and they look around and see all my posters and cardboard cutouts and Funko Pops and whatever else, and they instantly start thinking, oh man, this guy likes what I like. And it just kind of makes a connection without even having said a word yet. So I love that about it. And this year I've kind of added a few things. Someone got me this really cool Uncle Iroh cardboard cutout that's life size. It's really cool. Got the, the Dragon of the West hanging out in the back of my classroom. I got a really cool Superman poster. The manager at our local Dairy Queen gave me this poster that had, the current Superman Blizzard ad on it. So now I've got this Superman Blizzard ad. It's really big and it's hanging in my classroom. It's kind of fun. Added a crypto poster. Had to add a K-pop Demon Hunter poster. All kinds of cool new stuff. So I've just been nerding out about the really cool nerd stuff that I've just displayed in my room. The new stuff for the year. It's always hard to pick, what do I gotta take down to put up some new stuff, but yeah, it's really fun when it starts to come together. Well, let's just go ahead and jump into the news for this week. So over with Marvel, some really cool news that we got. Well, if you guys rewind time back to about a year ago, last February, I had the really cool opportunity to interview some people, specifically from Star Trek Picard, and one of those people was Mr. Todd Stashwick. That was a really fun interview. Well, Todd Stashwick was just announced that he's going to be playing the character Paladin in the new Vision Quest series. So, Todd Stashwick fans, whether you know him from Picard or 12 Monkeys or any number of other things that he's been a part of, he's going to be in Vision Quest, so he's joining the MCU, and I think that's awesome. We've also talked about a little bit of rumors of Gwen Stacy possibly popping up in Spider-Man Brand New Day, and the latest rumblings are saying that Sadie Sink is going to be playing Gwen Stacy in this movie, and I think that's really cool. She's a great actress. If you're a fan of Stranger Things, her character was great on that show, so I'm excited to see what comes together with that. We've also talked a lot about all the changes happening in Marvel, and one of the big changes after Avengers Secret Wars happens is the fact that they're going to be rebooting the whole franchise. Kind of a soft reboot. Some things will be the same and some things will be different. A lot of the cast, such as who's playing Captain America, who's playing Iron Man, things like that, are going to be different, going to be recast. But Thor will be the same. We were recently confirmed and told that Chris Hemsworth will be playing Thor for at least 10 more years after Secret Wars. So that's really cool. If you're a Chris Hemsworth fan, you're going to be getting you some classic Chris Hemsworth Thor. Now, over with DC, we all know that Superman's been the big hit lately. I loved it. I went and saw it 3 times in the theater. I haven't done something like that probably since college. I guess I did see Wicked a few times with different people because, hey, as much as I am a sci-fi and action nerd, I'm also a musical nerd. Not so much Taylor, but I definitely am. But all that aside, I got to see Superman 3 different times. And before we know it, this latest piece of news here says that it's going to hit digital platforms on August 26th. So we are about 2 weeks away from getting to see Superman in our own homes, and I'm so excited about it. That movie was just so fun, so full of joy, so full of kindness, so full of what Superman is all about. I've loved that character since I was very little. I have so much Superman stuff, so much Superman books, shirts. I even have a Superman tattoo. Superman's my favorite superhero. So when this movie came out and it knocked it out of the park, I was so excited, and we're so close to getting to watch it in our own homes. So mark your calendars for August 26th. We know that the next movie coming from the MCU is going to be Supergirl, and we know that they're done with all the writing and all that good stuff of that movie. They're working on it currently, but James Gunn just said he's already working on writing the next installment of the Super Family. So I'm really excited to see what characters they're going to be bringing to the new DCU and things like that, but he's already working on it, and that makes me super excited for what's to come. Finally, with DC, we know that the Batman 2 from Matt Reeves, starring Robert Pattinson, that version of Batman 2 is coming really soon, and it sounds like the villain in this movie is going to be Mr. Freeze. A report just came out that sounds like Mr. Freeze will be the villain, and this part is not the confirmed part, but the big rumblings happening right now. Sounds like Giancarlo Esposito is going to be playing Mr. Freeze. And not only will Mr. Freeze be a character, but they didn't go into details, but it sounds like other very well-known villain characters are going to also be showing up in this movie. So again, I am so excited to see this and what they do with it. I really enjoyed the first one. I enjoyed the little prequel novel they put out to give you some more of the backstory of this version of Bruce and the Riddler and things like that. But yeah, the Penguin was awesome, and I'm just excited to see a little bit more happening in this corner of the universe. Well, over with Star Wars, they just announced that Doctor Number 11, our wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey, one of our favorite doctors of all time, Matt Smith, is going to be playing the villain in the Star Wars Starfighter movie. And I think that's awesome. He is great. He is such a great actor. He's so fun to watch, and I'm excited to see what he brings to the Star Wars universe. It's also being said that, when you think back of Star Wars, and you think of Anakin having a Padawan, Anakin had Ahsoka. A lot of other people might not know, or might know, that Vader had a Padawan as well, and his apprentice was Starkiller. And now this is from games and books and things like that, but there is a huge rumor right now that Starkiller will be showing up in Ahsoka Season 2. And the rumors are even saying that Sam Witwer, who does his voice, will be playing the live-action version of him. Now, this is not something that's been confirmed. There's just been an awful lot of rumblings about this happening. And again, if this is true, I am so excited because I love Sam Witwer. I love the story with Starkiller. It'll just be really cool to see both of Anakin's apprentices together if this is true. Now, elsewhere, out there in the pop culture universe, we've kind of had a lot of things going on. This last week, they released the new season of King of the Hill, which was a blast to watch. I grew up watching that show. It was so funny when I was younger in high school, and the new season just picked up many years later in the show. Hank had to move overseas for his job. Someone rented out his home while he was gone. Well, now he's back and things like that. And it was just fun to watch, how society has changed and adding the new technology, seeing Bobby as an adult, seeing Bobby's relationships, all the old friends. The show was great. It was hilarious. If you're a fan of the original and you haven't watched the new one yet, you definitely need to get out there and watch the newest season of King of the Hill. Also, for fans of Resident Alien, now my wife and I, we were kind of late to the Resident Alien game. We started watching it at the beginning of the summer, and we got all caught up. And this past Friday was the series finale. And man, they did such a good job wrapping this show up. Had a lot of tearful moments and a lot of joy, watching it wrap up. You might not know that this show is based off of a Dark Horse comic book of the same name, Resident Alien. The show and the comic are very, very, very different. But watching the show made me collect all of the, the collected volumes of the Resident Alien books. I've read all of them. I'm all caught up. I'm excited that at the end of August, we're going to get a new volume started. Can't wait to read those. But if you are a fan of the show and just wondered about the source material, you should look up your local comic book store or go to Amazon or other outlets online, maybe even eBay, and find the books for Resident Alien. It is such a good book. Again, they're very different. The book is not so much a comedy, and there's really only one species of aliens in this book. It's Harry's species. There's not multiple like in the show. There's a lot of differences between the two, but the characters, there's the same human characters pretty much, and you got Harry and all that. But anyway, if you are a fan of the show Resident Alien like I am, and you're sad that it ended, do yourself a favor and go find the books. They're great. Again, they're different, but they are so good. You gotta read them. We also just learned that Disney is coming up with this new anime that's coming out, and in this anime, it's going to be about all the different villains. So imagine all these villains as young people, all the Disney villains, the classic ones that you can think of. They're all young people together at a school or something like that. But yeah, if you're a fan of Disney, you're a fan of anime, we've got this new Disney anime about the villains coming out, and it sounds kind of interesting. Speaking of Disney Plus, they very recently put on this new live channel where you could go and watch all of your favorite classic Disney cartoon shows from the 90s and that time frame. Things like DuckTales, Darkwing Duck, Gargoyles, Gummy Bears, all these other shows. If you're a fan of those, you could go obviously to Disney Plus and just stream them individually, but there is a live channel constantly streaming and cycling through different episodes of these classic shows. And I, for one, am excited about that. That'll be fun to kind of put on in the background when there's nothing else on and just listen to those things. The last thing I have on the list here is we received the first set photos of this new Narnia project, and it sounds like this project is coming out in chronological order, unlike the books. Chronologically, the first story is the one called The Magician's Nephew, and in book release order, that was the 6th out of 7 books. So you didn't really get that prequel knowledge until towards the end of the series. But in terms of this new show that's coming, The Magician's Nephew appears to be what they're doing first. And I'm excited. I love that story so much. It's one of my top favorite Narnia stories. So the fact that we're getting to see it as a series is going to be really cool. I hope they do a great job. But yeah, they've released some images. So if you're curious, what is this going to look like? What's going on here? Just go to your Google machines and type in Narnia, The Magician's Nephew, and you can see some of the images that they've released from this new series. Now, that's really it for the news this week. It's kind of a light week, and I know without me and Taylor going back and forth, just kind of zoomed through it here, but that's your news. Hopefully you heard something you're interested in. You can go to your computer, your phone, your device, go look up some new trailers, go look up some articles about all the things I talked about. But yeah, as this week comes, find something good to watch, something good to read, something good to play. But as usual, as for the Taylorverse, I've been Billie Taylor, and come back next week, guys. Same Taylor time, same Taylor channel. Bye.